Hello everyone, this is Marco and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the Mattel Jurassic World Amber Collection Raptors as a whole. I have quite a few thoughts on it and it's probably going to turn into a bit of a rant. I've had my good friend Gianni Robleto send all of these Raptors from the US, because you can't really get a hold of them over here in the UK unless you've got quite a lot of money to spend. They are only available on Amazon, and they usually sell for quite a bit more than what they're worth. Like in the US, I think they sell them for up to $30, but in the UK, they range from £33 to about £49 to £50, which means that in US dollars they go for roughly $46 to $70 or $71 each, which is, it's insane. First of all, I want to say that I did get this blue Amber Collection blue when it came out on Amazon, because I was too excited about it and I just spent the money on it. And I don't regret it. This is a nice figure. This is the best one out of all of them, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But this is what we've got. We have the Lost World Velociraptor. We've got Charlie. We've got Delta. And we have Echo. Right, so let's start with the boxes. I'm going to start with Charlie because of alphabetical order. The box is just the same as all the others of the line. There's this nice sort of volcanic look to it with some lava or magma just cracking the surface. And there's the nice Amber logo up here, Amber Collection logo, which is really nice. The side, look at that, it's even got some nice embossed things. And this is Velociraptor Charlie on the back, and it says, the youngest of her pack, Velociraptor Charlie is raised and trained by Owen Grady. A smart and skilled predator by nature, she is enlisted with her pack to help overpower the Indominus Rex. However, the mission does not end up going as planned. I don't have any complaints about this box. It's very nice. The design is beautiful. I think we should move on to the other Raptors, because I do have some pretty big issues with those. So let's move on to the next box. And here's Delta. This is the box. It is exactly the same, but it says Velociraptor Delta in the front. Still got the exact same embossed texture. It's got the same logos. And here is the back. And they chose a picture of Echo to go on the back of the box, which is infuriating to me as a collector. And because these figures are aimed at collectors, and you'd think that they get this thing right. You know? That's not Delta, that's clearly Echo. Because you can see the color's a bit changed, obviously, because it's like an ambery effect, but you can definitely see the teal patterns that Echo's got, as well as the iconic scar that Echo has. Also, the skull structure is different, because these Raptors do have a different head shape. Anyway, what does it say here? It says, although Velociraptor Delta is trained by Owen Grady, she also has a close bond with Barry, a lead dinosaur trainer. When she and her pack are brought on to battle the Indominus Rex, the outcome is different from expected, especially for Vic Hoskins. They clearly put some thought into this. It kind of makes Delta sort of special in her own way, because she is Barry's Raptor, and she has an important part in the film for killing the main villain. Right, this is Echo. This is probably one of the worst ones in my opinion, but I'll get to that. Box wise is exactly the same as the others. There is Delta in the back of the box. Look at that. They switched them up, which is really, really bad. It says Velociraptor Echo is the third oldest of her pack. Velociraptor Echo is trained by Owen, the pack's alpha. However, after the Indominus Rex escapes on Isla Nubla, Velociraptor Echo's loyalty is put to the ultimate test when the position of Alpha is unexpectedly challenged. So it's pretty much the same sort of description as Charlie, just worded differently. It just looks so wrong because that's clearly Delta. I should also mention that Blue's packaging is pretty much identical. The box doesn't have any errors on it, which is what we should expect from a big company like Mattel. They shouldn't make mistakes like that. Right, so these Raptors come with a nice clear stand to go in with the base, and it just clicks in like that. Now I have something to say about this because on the newer Raptors, like this one, this is the Lost World one, they changed the color of the base, and that's because it inserts right in there, which is, you know, the Raptor's kind of private area. And there we go. Doesn't that look like it's peeing? And that's why they changed the color to clear. So it looks a bit less pee color. So anyway, let's move that aside. I will talk about the Lost World Raptor later on, by the way. And all these Raptors come with a nice headgear piece. I don't think my Blue came with. I don't really remember. It's rubbery, and the sculpt is really nice. That's the little camera there. There's no paint apps on this, but that's okay. I mean, there's only like a red dot on it in the film. Maybe they could have done the lens dark, but you know, it's for what it is, it's fine. I'm not too fussed about that. And it will be able to slip onto the dinosaur's neck. Okay, so at first glance, this looks really nice. It is a beautiful figure, and you can tell instantly that it is the exact same head sculpt as Blue. There we go. Although these dinosaurs do have a different head shape in the movies. This Raptor here and Delta have a crest up here and a tiny, like a different shaped cheek as well. You know, it's close enough. One thing that I find particularly weird is that the Raptors have got gold eye paint. I'm guessing it's to reflect the light a bit more, but it just looks weird in my opinion. It looks a bit metallic. And these Raptors have got like amber colored eyes. I feel like metallic or gold paint looks a bit dirty in general. Gold paint, and it just instantly makes things look cheaper. These sculpts, they've got tons and tons of detail in. So you can see all the nice scales on the face and on the snout. Just looks amazing. You think that the hips are a bit too wide? It looks a bit funny to me. I don't want to sound pretentious or anything, but if I was like head of designing person at Mattel, I would try to make these things look as accurate as possible. And the wide hips would be a no for me. The hips are a little bit too wide, and the feet are a tiny bit too big, in my opinion. But overall, they resemble the Raptors that we see in the film, with some exceptions. Articulation wise, these figures are all the same. The jaw can open down like this, the head opens up like that, and it's on a ball joint here and here. The arms move up like that as well as rotating. It's got a single elbow joint like that and like that, and the hand moves up and down and it swivels as well. The legs, as I said earlier, can move in and out like this at the hips. There's one single joint in the knee, and it can actually swivel around like that, which is nice. Same goes for the ankle and the toes as well. They can swivel around. What's nice about these figures is that the sickle claw actually moves like that, which is a nice touch. and then the tail is on a ball joint like this. What's nice about the tail is it's a bit like the Reebor figures. They've got a wire inside and you can pose them like that. Paint wise, the main color of the plastic is this gray. All the other paint apps are added on top of that. It has like this nice brightish green on the top of the whole figure with some darker green stripes, which look a bit weird on the tail in my opinion. In the film, they're all consistent. There aren't these gaps here. I don't know why they've left some gaps here. They're quite wide actually. It looks really off. It should have been like here on the neck where it's all they're all spaced out properly. I don't know why they went for this look instead. They've added these grey patterns on the whole body. It spans from this part of the neck all the way down the tail. They've done that with blue as well, because these raptors tend to have like some pale sort of striations or patterns or lines going through the whole body, and adding some darker patterns like this replicates that kind of look. Before we move on to Delta, this is how Charlie looks like with the headset. So this is Delta. It looks really nice. It's got the exact same accessory, but I did notice a really big problem with this one. This knee is pretty much stuck. I can't move this at all. I don't want to break it. I'll have to have a look at that properly later on. That is correct. You can see the patterns. The green patterns are on the front of the foot, and you've got the dew claw right there. But on this leg, the patterns on the back, they put the paint apps on the wrong side. So it looks like that. How stupid is that? This is infuriating for a collector. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I'm gonna have to repaint this. Look at that. Because if I turned it round the other way, then the dew claw would be on the wrong side, because that's the dew claw here and the dew claw would be on that side. And also the articulation wouldn't be wrong. Come on guys, these figures are not cheap. They're meant to be collector figures. They're meant to be like the higher end figures, and they do mistakes like these. That's not right. That's really not right. The paint job though, the paint apps on this figure are superb. It doesn't have gold eyes, which is nice. I really like that. Although the eye should be a bit more orange. But they've given it some really nice airbrushing. Like the darker bit around the eye. And the green patterns are just spot on. So the paint job is stellar in my opinion, except for for putting the paint app on the wrong side of the leg here. Okay, so sculpt wise, this raptor would have the exact same head crest as Charlie, so that's missing, and the cheek as well should be different. About the knee, these knees don't seem to want to bend. I don't want to break them. Yeah, this is really stiff. There we go. Okay, it just needed some pushing. Now it's okay. But the other leg looks properly glued down. If you look at that, that almost looks like glue right there. And it's properly solid. Like, you cannot move this at all. It's properly stuck. It is the wonky leg. So I don't know what the heck's going on here. That's so bad. It's meant to be posable. It's not supposed to be glued. It's glued at an angle as well. So, Mattel, come on, quality control. Where is it going? Right, problem. Yeah, there we go. Look, you can see the glue pouring here. So it is totally sealed. I can't fix this, guys. And if I fix it, then I'll let you know. But that's pretty bad. Is it me, or is the neck missing some patterns here? I think it might be missing some patterns on the neck, because it's got it on the top of the head, Anyway, let's move on to Echo, talk about Echo, and then I'll talk about the Raptor squad as a whole and my thoughts about Mattel's releases. Okay, so Echo comes with the same exact headpiece, which I'm going to set aside. And the sculpt of Echo is correct in this case, because it shares, if not the exact same sculpt as Blue, a very, very similar head sculpt or head shape to Blue, so no crests, and so that's pretty accurate. It was just packaged with a leg in the wrong position, so that's it fixed now. But it does look like it's warped a bit in the box because it's been put in the box wrong. Okay, I mean, I could heat bend it back. Okay, so sculpt figure, it's the exact same sculpt, same articulation as all the others. So the jaw isn't glued on properly. You can see it's a bit sort of glued down a bit. If you look at it straight on, you can see it's crooked, which is a problem. It is a common problem with other Amber Collection Raptors, so I don't know what to do about that. I might fix it. Or the eye color is the same as Delta's. For some reason they gave it a bit of a greeny yellow to it. It's almost like a pastel green, which is not accurate. And talking about accuracy, the whole paint job on this Raptor is completely wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I think what they did is they gave it the Camp Cretaceous Echo paint job. If you don't know, that Echo in Camp Cretaceous looks different. I don't know why they decided to redesign Echo in Camp Cretaceous, but they did. For some reason, Mattel decided to go with that paint scheme for this figure instead of what we see in the movie. Although these Amber Collection figures are meant to be what we see in the movies. If this was meant to be the Camp Cretaceous Echo, they would have, released it as a Camp Cretaceous figure. The Raptor in the movie has got like a beige color, beigey brown color. So the bottom color's alright, it's the top color. This is orange and dark brown with some dark red stripes, when in the movie it's supposed to be like a beigey brown, not orange, with teal stripes. Like that color, close to that color. But they went for like a dark red brown. So to me, this does not look like Echo. It looks more like a female variant of the Lost World Raptors. Because if you didn't know, the Lost World Raptors, the males are bright orange. The females are kind of like in between the male and the female that we see in Jurassic Park. So this would work well as like a female Lost World Raptor. Now let's compare it to the Lost World Raptor right now. As you can see, it's pretty much the same, but dulled down, which is more accurate to what we see in the Lost World than in Jurassic World, which is insane to me. When I saw the promotional pictures of this figure, I was let down by Mattel. And the fact that the jaw is warped, yeah, I'm just not happy with what they've done here. What Mattel is giving us is nice. We've never had anything like this in the past, which is aimed at collectors. So more movie accurate, better paint jobs, more movie accurate sculpts, and just posable figures. They can just, this is kind of like Mattel's attempt to a Black Series Hasbro Star Wars figure, which is like a highly detailed, highly articulated figure, really movie accurate with loads of details. But I think it's failing because, I mean, if you want to make it really movie accurate, you need to give it an accurate sculpt. It's got accurate details, but the proportions are wrong. Like, it's got really wide hips and it's got big feet. I don't know, I'm just really worked up by this, because me as a designer, as a model designer, I am officially a model designer. I've got a degree and I've got experience in the movie industry, toy designing. This could have been better. They could have given us better. And also the quality control is pretty crap. I mean, look, they put the paint job on the wrong side of the leg here, and this leg is completely glued down, which is awful. And some head sculpts are wrong. So it's nice to have a Raptor squad, but if you want to give collectors some nice figures, this isn't the way to go. The Dilophosaurus in this line is pretty much perfect. It might have wider hips. I don't really own that figure, but from what I've seen from other reviewers and pictures and stuff, it's just the Raptors that are lacking. And the Raptors are one of the most important characters in the whole Jurassic franchise. And if you want to skimp out on that, then you're not doing a good job, in my opinion. I was quite looking forward to this Delta figure, but the quality control is pretty bad. Also, I think they put the paint apps on the arm slightly off as well. As you can see here, that's correct. But the paint apps on this arm are to the side instead of on the top. But, you know, I can look past that. They should really get these problems corrected, like the jaw here, the warped leg here, and the glued leg here, and the paint app misalignments. They should fix that, and then I would consider them to be okay. Not perfect, but okay. If we were to get what these are meant to be, then we would have more accurate sculpts, less cartoony proportions with wide hips. What I mean by more accurate sculpts is giving, you know, Charlie and Delta the crests on the snout and a thicker cheek, because that's what those Raptors have, different from the other two. But they didn't do that on these. They could have spent the money, but they're not even giving us what they promised us, which is articulated figures. My leg here is completely glued, which is terrible. So the Raptor squad as a whole looks nice together, although Echo is completely wrong. Also, I noticed here there's a really sharp bit of plastic poking out, which is what the wire inside is connected to, but this is poking out quite a bit and it can actually cut you if you're not careful. That's pretty bad too. I'm focusing on the negatives here, which are pretty bad. The negatives, I think, outweigh the positives, in my opinion. So that's my thought on the Raptor squad.
If you like my videos, please press the like button. And you could consider subscribing. It's free. Oh, and don't forget to press the notification bell button, because you don't want to miss any of my new stuff, right? I'm gonna say bye now, because when you gotta go, you gotta go. I will see you in the next one.